Shift gears very quickly. New housing numbers, once again up. Good news for the economy. You've seen the Dow is up, kind of back to where it was at the beginning of the year. Some good news going on, but still, the number of foreclosures right now in the United States, 1 out of every 20 people is apparently behind on their housing payment. 1 out of 20 is facing foreclosure down the road. Bad news on that front. So, you see all this news continuing, and you know more and more people are facing bankruptcy as well. Joining us to talk once again is Jim Haller. He is with the Bankruptcy Company. TheBankruptcyCompany.net is the website. Jim, good to talk to you once again.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good. Have you tried the new Mountain Dew throwback, by the way?
No, I'm a Diet Mountain Dew fan myself.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah. So
I can't do it. There's something different in there that I can't quite do. I like the caffeine, can't quite do it.
I think it's an acquired taste, maybe. So that's pretty much what I drink. I could almost have it intravenously fed in my veins.
which is not a bad idea. Has nothing to do with why you're on the phone, but thanks for taking part in our informal poll. I won't ask you about Miss California today, okay?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
no problem.
Much.
Okay, here's the fear. I got an email last week after we had you on the air talking about the process of bankruptcy. First of all, that scares a lot of people. And here's one of the questions I got is, hey, I need to find out more information, but I would have no idea what to tell an attorney, and I'm scared to death of going to meet with him. Is that a valid fear?
No, it's really not. And let me kind of lay it out for you, John. If somebody wants to come in and see a bankruptcy attorney, let me just kind of demystify it a little bit and tell people what it's like when they come on in. First of all, you're going to call in and you're going to make an appointment. And a lot of times people will have questions when they call in and they want specific answers. Am I going to be able to save my house or save my car? Don't be discouraged if the attorney or the staff member you talk to says, we really can't give you that information. Got to remember that when you go talk to an attorney, frankly, about anything, an attorney that gives you a lot of advice over the phone, that's kind of risky. It's kind of like calling a doctor and saying, I just got into a car accident and my head hurts and my legs kind of twisted funny. What do you recommend that I do without seeing me?
I've got a fever. Is it the swine flu? I need an answer now.
That's exactly right.
It's a little bit scary. So obviously, first process, they got to come in and see you.
Come on in.
Yes. But then what? I'm in front of you. I'm in a bad place. Probably coming to see you. Then what?
Well, first of all, actually, even before you come in and see me, you want to ask a few questions. First of all, you want to know if it's going to be a free consultation when you come in, because sometimes people will go in, they'll meet with an attorney, and it won't be a free consultation, and they'll be surprised with the bill on the way out.
I found that one out the hard way. Recently.
If it is a free consultation, ask how long it lasts. Are they going to give you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour? Ask them if there's any strings attached. Do I have to sign something when I'm there? Do I have to, agree that I'm going to have to file bankruptcy when I show up? At our office, what we do is we basically offer somebody, anybody who wants to come in and talk to us, basically 1 hour free consultation, sometimes even longer, depending on their circumstances. There are no strings attached, and it's free. So we get people in and we talk to them, and that's the kind of people you want to talk to when you go in and talk to a bankruptcy attorney, because we don't want people to feel that they're coming in and they have to file. Frankly, I'd rather have people coming in who have examined other options, who have tried other things to work their way out of their debt, and when they run out of options, then they come on and see us. And I can tell you that bankruptcy attorneys, all the bankruptcy attorneys I know, are very, very nice men and women. And they're not going to.
The title just scares a lot of people, but you're a nice guy, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're not going to judge you.
Okay.
Bankruptcy's like the flu. It affects everybody. It's not the poor, not just the rich, not just the middle class. It affects everybody. And, you'd be surprised at how many people that have filed bankruptcy, they just don't make a big production out of it that they filed. So
what about the documentation, though? I would imagine if you're going to lay out the case for somebody, you got to know how bad it is. So how in the world could you get enough information to actually come to you and say, hey, am I in trouble here with this?
Yep. Well, to start off, you don't have to worry a lot about the documentation. There's some basic stuff that we'd like to see. Bring in your paycheck stubs, as many as you can find. If you can find the tax returns for the last few years, that'd be great.
This is like getting a mortgage.
It kind of is, because when you file bankruptcy, we need to disclose a lot of information to the court. We're basically laying all your financial cards out for the court, and we're saying this is where we're at, and this is why we need help. But to start off with, usually with some basic information, we can give you an idea of what we can do. Just kind of like when you go into a doctor and he first examines you, that feels like a broken leg. We need to get a little more information, like go get an X-ray. And so we'll usually send people home after the first appointment to get some information, and they'll bring it back to a second appointment, and we'll sit down and meet with them again for a while, and we'll basically run through their options.
Yeah, I would imagine, though, much like the doctor analogy, is a lot of people don't go get treated because they don't want to hear the bad news.
Right. And frankly, when I have clients come in, usually they come in and they say, "You're the last person that I wanted to see." And I say, well, I used to take offense at that, but now I kind of laugh about it because I know when they leave my office, most of my clients will say, "Boy, I feel so much better having gotten this off my chest, and so much better knowing that I have a solution to work my way out of these problems." It's really, frankly, it's the best part of the job, to be honest with you. So you really feel like when people walk out of your office that they have a little bit more of a spring in their step, they have a little more hope, and it doesn't happen for everybody, but for most people, it gives them a lot of relief.
Okay, so what happens? Okay, if you go down that process and say, "Yeah, we have to go ahead and file bankruptcy," in about a minute and a half here, what's the process then? Is it a long process, or are you absolved of some of those debts pretty quickly?
Well, the bankruptcy process is, depending on what type of bankruptcy you file, it's going to last anywhere from 4 months if you file, 4 or 5 months if you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, to 3 or 4 years if you enter a repayment plan, which is called a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You want to make sure that when you get an attorney, that attorney is going to be with you during the entire case, and that attorney lays out what they're going to do for you and how much it's going to cost. Frankly, when you first come in and meet with them, even before you agree to hire them, they should disclose what those costs are, what it's going to involve at the very beginning. And that's what we do for our clients because we feel that an educated client, sometimes maybe we overeducate our clients. It's frankly, clients are going to be a lot happier about it. But the bankruptcy process, once we get past the initial stage, which is collecting the documents and collecting the information, then the bankruptcy process kind of takes care of itself. There are 1 or 2 meetings that you may need to go to after a bankruptcy is filed. Generally, the trustees are officials appointed by the court to basically monitor your bankruptcy. They will occasionally have additional questions or clarifications. Your creditors may have some issues with you. But in general, it usually runs very, very smoothly after the bankruptcy is filed.
So the bottom line is, if you're facing some troubles, you just got to get in there, right? No fears, just come in and meet.
Just come in and talk to us, and we'll let you know what your rights are.
All right, Jim. What's your phone number? People need more info.
Our phone number over here in St. Louis is 314-961-9822, and I just want to let people know in Illinois, we also have an Illinois office as well. Our number over here in Illinois is 618-236-7000. So give us a call, and we'll be happy to talk to you. Again, we're a bankruptcy firm. That's what we do. And give us a call, mention my name, and they'll be happy to set you up with an appointment.
All right, website, thebankruptcycompany.net. Jim, thanks so much. Talk to you soon.
You bet. Thanks, John.
All right, take a break. 11:51. This is The Mindset on the Big 550 KTRS.